I think it's pretty safe to say that one of the big things that a lot of people are looking forward to seeing in Episode 9 and are very curious about is, of course, the character of Luke Skywalker by J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of fans are expected to see in this movie is, of course, J.J. Abrams' version of Luke in the story, which honestly is something very interesting for sure. Now, we do know that this film is going to be filled with tons of twists and turns and surprises. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with the characters of Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren. Specifically, a description of a young Luke Skywalker without a beard and in a brown Jedi robe, wielding an ignited green lightsaber, in front of Kylo Ren inside of a cave, with Kylo holding an ignited crossguard saber. The two are in water that goes up to their ankles. It's described that Kylo attacks Luke, as their both lightsabers are locked together, with Luke now getting the upper hand, and sliding to the left and dodging one of Kylo's swings. It's implied that this is a vision for Kylo Ren in a similar fashion to what was done in Empire. The last describes Luke deactivating his green lightsaber with Kylo on the floor, as Luke walks away with Kylo chasing him in anger. As Kylo runs into the darkness, the Luke figure is no longer seen. It's described that what lies in the cave lies a certain truth for Kylo Ren to face. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this that not only mirror that of The Empire Strikes Back, but also gives us a new version of Luke Skywalker in Episode 9. So, first things first, alright? Luke Skywalker without the beard and wearing a brown Jedi robe. Now, this lines directly up with what Mark Hamill tweeted, I would say about a week ago, where he actually revealed that he was over in London, I think it was, somewhere in the UK, one of those places, right? He actually had no beard at all whatsoever, and it definitely lined directly up with the filming for Episode 9. So this most definitely makes a whole lot of sense. Now, what is J.J. Abrams really trying to do here? Well, it is actually implied to be a vision sequence between both Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker, which hence mirrors that sequence between Luke and Vader in The Empire Strikes Back. And honestly, I think it's brilliant that they're doing this, because this is something rather interesting for sure. If you think about Star Wars Episodes 7, 8, and 9, Kylo Ren / Ben Solo is really the last remaining Skywalker aside from Leia Organa. So it really is his story if you think about it over Rey's. So if we go over into Episode 9 here, alright, the mention of them being in this cave where there's water inside there that's up to their ankles tells us that they're trying to bring back that whole entire cave-like environment and doing something a little bit different and new. To me, it sounds like it's Octu, and for all we know, it could be Octu, because we did hear that they filmed some minor scenes over in Ireland many months ago for Episode 9. So, who knows what really lies in this cave, where it's actually described that Kylo Ren has to face a certain truth inside of this cave. Now, with Episode 9 going into a more darker route, which honestly I think is great. You know, if you look at Revenge of the Sith, very dark movie in my opinion. If you look at Return of the Jedi, for the most part, in my point of view at least, it is pretty dark as well. Not as dark as Empire in my opinion, but it's still considered dark to me aside from Endor and the Ewoks. So, with that being said, you know, what kind of truth lies in this cave that Kylo Ren will be going in there? Now, not only that, this also gives us an action sequence for both, of course, Mark Hamill and Adam Driver, and definitely lines directly up with what we heard a couple of weeks ago, that Mark and Adam would be shooting a scene together that is described as an action sequence for the character of Luke Skywalker. So, it seems as though that may have very well been this sequence, which was a vision sequence between both Kylo Ren and Luke. Now, I think that this is brilliant because we never got to see a real lightsaber duel between both Kylo and Luke Skywalker with lightsabers clashing. Now, of course, since this is still technically not a real lightsaber duel, because Luke really isn't here, it's just a vision, it would at the very least, give us an idea of what Luke could actually do to Kylo Ren in a legitimate lightsaber duel. Now, the thing that I also want to go over is how Luke Skywalker has Kylo Ren pinned down, where Kylo is on the floor now as Luke walks away into the darkness and vanishes, luring Kylo Ren into that cave, which hence gives him a certain truth that he's going to have to face at some point in time in the second act of this movie. Which honestly I think is great, because Kylo Ren is going through a huge struggle right now after killing his father, the loss of his uncle now, and, who knows what's going to happen to General Leia in the first, second, or third acts of the movie. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens with that. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.